Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, commonly referred to as Spurs, is an English football club located in Tottenham, London, that plays in the Premier League. The club's home stadium is White Hart Lane. Its newly developed training ground is in Bull's Cross on the northern borders of the London Borough of Enfield. Founded in 1882, Tottenham won the FA Cup for the first time in 1901, making it the only non-league club to do so since the formation of the Football League. Tottenham was the first club in the 20th century to achieve the League and FA Cup double, winning both competitions in the 1960 Euro 61 season. After successfully defending the FA Cup in 1962, in 1963 it became the first British club to win a UEFA Club competition and a Euro, the European Cup Winners' Cup. In 1967 it won the FA Cup for a third time in the 1960s. In the 1970s Tottenham won the League Cup on 2 occasions and was the inaugural winner of the UEFA Cup in 1972, becoming the first British club to win 2 different major European trophies. In the 1980s Spurs won several trophies, the FA Cup twice, FA Community Shield and the UEFA Cup in 1984. In the 1990s the club won the FA Cup and the League Cup. When it won the League Cup once more in 2008, it meant that it had won a major trophy in each of the last 6 decades, a Euro, an achievement only matched by Manchester United. The club's Latin motto is Oda est Facere, and its emblem is a cockerel standing upon a football. The club has a long-standing rivalry with near neighbours Arsenal, which is known as the North London Derby. History. The club was formed in 1882, as Hotspur F.C., and played in the Southern League until 1908, when it was elected into the Football League Second Division. Before this promotion Tottenham had won the FA Cup in 1901, making it the only non-league club to do so since the formation of the Football League. Since then, Tottenham have won the FA Cup a further 7 times, the Football League twice, the Football League Cup 4 times, the UEFA Cup twice and also the UEFA Cup Winners' Cup. The Cup Winners' Cup victory in 1963 made Tottenham the first English team to win a UEFA competition. In 1960 Euro 61 it became the first team to complete the double in the 20th century. Stadium, Tottenham Marshes. Tottenham played their first matches at Tottenham Marshes on the available public pitches and remained there for 6 years. It was at this ground that Spurs first played arch-rivals Arsenal, leading to a Euro 1 until the match got called off due to poor light after the away team arrived late. There were occasions on which fights would break out on the marshes in dispute of the teams that were allowed to use the best pitches. Crowd sizes were regularly increasing and a new site was becoming needed to accommodate these supporters. Northumberland Park. In 1898 the club moved from the Marshes to Northumberland Park and charged an admission fee of £3 £0.0125. They only remained at this ground for a year as in April 1899, 14,000 fans turned up to watch Spurs play Woolwich Arsenal. The ground was no longer able to cope with the larger crowds and the Spurs were forced to move to a new larger site 100 yards down the road, to the current ground. White Hart Lane. The White Hart Lane ground was originally a disused nursery owned by the brewery Charringtons and located behind a public house on Tottenham High Road. The landlord spotted the increased income he could enjoy if Tottenham played their matches behind his pub and the club moved in. They brought with them the stand they used at Northumberland Park which gave shelter to 2,500 fans. Notts County were the first visitors to the lane in a friendly watched by 5,000 people and provided an £115 in receipts. Spurs won for a Euro 1. QPR became the first competitive visitors to the ground and 11,000 people saw them lose 1 Euro 0 to Tottenham. In 1905 Tottenham raised enough money to buy the freehold to the land and became permanent owners of the ground. As the club grew new stands were added. A new main stand was added in 1909, the east stand was also covered this year and extended further 2 years later. The profits from the 1921 FA Cup win were used to build a covered terrace at the Paxton Road end and the Park Lane end was built at a cost of over £3,000 some 2 years later. This increased the ground's capacity to around 58,000 with room for 40,000 under cover. The East Stand was finished in 1934 and this increased capacity to around 80,000 spectators but cost £60,000. The pitch was thoroughly renovated in 1952. This uncovered a number of items from the old nursery on the site and 1 year later the first floodlights were introduced. The floodlights were upgraded in 1957 which required the cockerel to be moved from the west stand to the east and then in 1961 floodlight pylons were installed. The west stand was replaced by an expensive new structure. Various developments and upgrades were implemented over the years. In 1992, following the Taylor Report's recommendation that Premier League clubs eliminate standing areas, the lower terraces of the south and east stand were converted to seating, with the north stand becoming all-seated the following season. The south stand redevelopment was completed in March 1995 and included the first giant Sony Jumbotron TV screen for live game coverage and away match screenings. With this, the capacity of the stadium increased to just over 33,000. Indiana, 1997-98 season. The Paxton Road stand had a new upper tier added which included the second Jumbotron screen and increased capacity to 36,240 and was funded by a rights issue in 1996. Minor amendments to the seating configuration were made in 2006 bringing the current capacity of the stadium to 36,310. Stadium plans, Northumberland Development Project. In 2007 the club stated it was considering options to increase stadium capacity by redevelopment of the current site or a move to a new site. Tottenham Hotspur advised in its 2007/8 interim financial statement that the preferred option would be announced in the first half of 2008, but delayed this decision until the autumn. In October 2008, the club announced that, if approved, it was planning to build a new stadium just to the north of the existing White Hart Lane Stadium, with the southern half of the new stadium's pitch located on the northwest corner of the lane. The unique design of the build would allow the new stadium to be built adjacent to White Hart Lane as the old facility continued to be used. The plan was that during the summer close season when 2/3 of the new stadium was complete, the northern and western stands would be demolished and a new pitch laid. The rest of the stadium would be built in the years to follow. The club submitted a planning application in October 2009. But in May 2010, following adverse reaction, this was withdrawn in favour of a substantially revised planning application. Haringey Council were requested in September 2010 to grant permission for a larger stadium and other associated developments. The Mayor of London gave his approval to the plans to redevelop the stadium on November 25, 2010. On September 20, 2011, planning permission was granted. In April 2014 the club announced that it anticipated the new stadium opening date to be summer 2017. Olympic Stadium. As an initial consideration Spurs were reported to have considered the possibility of the post-games use of the 2012 London Olympic Stadium. But as this proposal would involve a move out of the immediate Tottenham area and because ongoing users were reportedly required to retain the stadium's running track, in October 2006 the planned Spurs were dropped. But, on October 1, 2010 Tottenham Hotspur's chairman Daniel Levy advised that the club had registered an interest in bidding for the stadium in conjunction with AEG to keep its options open while there remained uncertainties about the success of the Northumberland Development Project. On November 12, 2010 the Olympic Park Legacy Company announced that the Tottenham Hotspur/AEG consortium had been shortlisted as one of the two preferred bidders to take over the Olympic Stadium after the 2012 Olympics. Then the OPLC announced on February 11, 2011 that West Ham had been selected as the preferred bidder for the Olympic Stadium, subject to final governmental ratification. Crest. Since the 1921 FA Cup final the Tottenham Hotspur crest has featured a cockerel. Harry Hotspur wore riding spurs and his fighting cocks were fitted with spurs which can be seen in the crests. In 1909 a former player named William James Scott made a bronze cast of a cockerel standing on a football to be placed on top of the West Stand and since then the cockerel and ball have been the major part of the club's identity. Between 1956 and 2006 Spurs used a faux heraldic shield featuring a number of local landmarks and associations. The lions flanking the shield came from the Northumberland family. The castle is Bruce Castle, 400 yards from the ground, and the trees are the Seven Sisters. The arms featured the Latin motto Oda Estate Facere. In 1983, to overcome unauthorized pirate merchandising, the club's badge was altered by adding the two red heraldic lions and the motto scroll. This device appeared on most Spurs playing kits for the next 23 years. In 2006, to rebrand and modernize the club's image, the club badge and coat of arms were dumped for a professionally designed logo emblem. This revamp showed a leaner, fitter cockerel on an old-time football. The club claims that the rebranding kept much of the original meaning of the name, but emphasized its originality. In November 2013, Tottenham forced non-league club Fleet Spurs to change their badge because the logo is a copy of the Tottenham crest. Kit: the first Tottenham kit was navy blue shirt and shorts, but after the first season the club did not have one specific design for many years. In 1884 the club changed to a quartered kit similar in style to that of Blackburn Rovers. Shortly after moving to Northumberland Road, the kit changed again to red shirt and blue shorts. 5 years later, after becoming a professional club, they switched to a chocolate and gold striped kit. At the end of the 19th century the club switched colours yet again, to the white shirts and blue shorts which they are now well known for wearing, hence the nickname Lily Whites. This colour choice is thought to be an homage to Preston North End, who had recently done the double. White and navy blue have remained as the club's basic colours ever since. Soon after the First World War, the cockerel badge was added to the shirt. In 1939 numbers first appeared on shirt backs, and in 1983 Holson became the first commercial sponsor logo to appear on the shirt. The club were the first to wear long-cut shorts, an innovation at a time where football kits all featured shorts cut well above the knee. When Thompson was chosen as kit sponsor in 2002, some Tottenham fans were unhappy as the shirt front logo was red, the colour of their closest rivals, Arsenal. In 2006, Tottenham then succeeded in securing a record £34 million sponsorship deal with internet casino group Mansion. In July 2010 Spurs announced a 2-year shirt sponsorship contract with software infrastructure company Autonomy. It was said to be worth £20 a million. A month later they unveiled a deal with leading specialist bank and asset management firm Investec as shirt sponsor for the Champions League and domestic cup competitions for the next 2 years. The deal was worth £5 a million. In March 2011, Under Armour announced a 5-year deal to supply Spurs with shirts and other apparel from the start of 2012 €13, but other deal terms were undisclosed. The kit was revealed on July 12 in London, and 2 weeks later the third kit was revealed via the promotion of Electronic Arts' FIFA 13 video game. Kit manufacturers: 1978 €, 1980, Admiral, 1980 €, 1985, Le Coq Sportif, 1985 €, 1991, Hummel, 1991 €, 1995, Umbro, 1995 €, 1999, Pony, 1999 €, 2002, Adidas, 2002 €, 2006, Kappa, 2006 €, 2012, Puma, 2012 €, 2017, Under Armour. Shirt sponsors: 1882 €, 1983, no sponsor, 1983 €. 1995, Holson, 1995 €, 1999, Hewlett-Packard, 1999 €, 2002, Holson, 2002 €, 2006, Thomson Holidays, 2006 €, 2010, Mansion.com Casino and Poker, 2010 €, 2011, Autonomy Corporation, 2011 €, 2013, Arsenal 1, 2010 €, 2013, Investec Bank, 2013 €, 2014, Hewlett-Packard 2, 2013 €, 2014, AIA, 2014 AIA, 1 Erasma is a subsidiary of the Autonomy Corporation. 2 Hewlett-Packard is the parent company of the Autonomy Corporation. Ownership: between 2001 to 2011 shares in Tottenham Hotspur F.C. were listed on the alternative investment market. The majority shareholder was ENIC International Limited, an investment company established by the British billionaire Joe Lewis. Daniel Levy, Lewis's partner at ENIC, is executive chairman of the club. Shareholding by ENIC was increased over this period through the purchase of the remaining 14.7% holding of former chairman Alan Sugar and, in 2009, the 9.9% stake belonging to Stelios Hagiiono through Hodram Incorporated. On August 21, 2009, the club reported that it had issued a further 30 million shares to fund the initial development costs of the new stadium project, and that 27.8 million of these new shares had been purchased by ENIC. The annual report for 2010 indicated that ENIC had acquired 76% of all ordinary shares and also held 97% of all convertible redeemable preference shares, equivalent to a holding of 85% of share capital. Following an announcement at the 2011 AGM, in January 2012 the club confirmed that it had been transferred into the private ownership of ENIC. In April 2014 the club reported net profits of £1.5 million for the financial year ending June 2013. Support. Tottenham have a large fan base in the United Kingdom, drawn largely from North London and the home counties. 5 times between 1946 and 1969, Tottenham had the highest average attendance in England. There are also Tottenham supporters clubs located all over the world. Tottenham were 9th in average attendances for the 2008-09 Premier League season, and 11th for all Premier League seasons. Historical supporters of the club have included such figures as A.J. Tottenham supporters have rivalries with several clubs, mainly within the London area. The fiercest of these is with North London rivals Arsenal. They also share notable rivalries with fellow London clubs Chelsea and West Ham United. The club, as with many clubs in London, has a large Jewish following, and this has led to much anti-Semitic provocation against Tottenham supporters. Tottenham supporters, Jewish and non-Jewish, united against this and adopted the nickname Yids, developing chants to support this. Many fans view adopting Yid as a badge of pride, helping diffuse its power as an insult. Today it is mainly used to distinguish Tottenham fans from other football supporters. Many fans, however, disagree with the use of the name Yid, and believe it will only attract more racism. In April 2011, Jewish comedian, author and Chelsea supporter David Baddiel produced a short film stating that the anti-Semitic chanting is as unacceptable as the abuse still suffered by black footballers, and must be stamped out accordingly. Social responsibility. The club through its community program has, since 2006, been working with Haringey Council and the Metropolitan Housing Trust and the local community on developing sports facilities and social programs which have also been financially supported by Barclays Spaces for Sport and the Football Foundation. The Tottenham Hotspur Foundation received high-level political support from the Prime Minister when it was launched at 10 Downing Street in February 2007. In March 2007 the club announced a partnership with the charity SOS Children's Villages UK. Player fines will go towards this charity. a unregistered trademark S Children, a unregistered trademark S Village in Rustenburg, South Africa, with the funds being used to cover the running costs as well as in support of a variety of community development projects in and around Rustenburg. In the financial year 2006 €07, Tottenham topped a league of Premier League charitable donations when viewed both in overall terms and as a percentage of turnover by giving a £4,545,889, including a one-off contribution of a £4.5 million over 4 years, to set up the Tottenham Hotspur Foundation. This compared to donations of a £9,763 in 2005 €06. This commitment is an example of professional sport supporting the communities and people who support and enrich them through their attendance and other participation and support. The football club is one of the highest-profile participants in the 10-10 project, which encourages individuals, businesses and organizations to take action on environmental issues. They joined in 2009 in a commitment to reducing their carbon footprint. To do this they upgraded their lights to more efficient models, they turned down their heating dials and took less short-haul flights among a host of other things. After working with 1010 for 1 year, they reported that they had reduced their carbon emissions by an impressive 14%. Tottenham Hotspur Ladies. Tottenham's ladies team was founded in 1985 as Broxburn Ladies. They started using the Tottenham Hotspur name for the 1991 Euro 92 season and played in the South East and London Regional Women's League. They won promotion after topping the league in 2007 Euro 08, and currently play in the South East Combination Women's Football League. Honours: Domestic League, Football League First Division, winners 1950 Euro 51, 1960 Euro 61, runners-up, 1921 Euro 22, 1951 Euro 52, 1956 Euro 57, 1962 Euro 63. Football League Second Division, winners 1919 Euro 20, 1949 Euro 50, runners-up, 1908 Euro 09, 1932 Euro 33. Southern League, winners 1899 Euro 1900. Western League, winners 1903 Euro 04. Cup, FA Cup, winners 1901, 1921, 1961, 1962, 1967, 1981, 1982, 1991, runners-up, 1987. League Cup, winners 1971, 1973, 1999, 2008, runners-up, 1982, 2002, 2009. FA Charity Shield, winners 1921, 1951, 1961, 1962, 1967, 1981, 1991, runners-up, 1920, 1982. European, UEFA Cup, winners 1972, 1984, runners-up, 1974. UEFA Cup Winners' Cup, winners 1963. Anglo-Italian League Cup, winners 1971. Statistics and records. Steve Perryman holds the appearance record for Spurs, having played 854 games for the club between 1969 and 1986, of which 655 were league matches. Jimmy Greaves holds the club goal-scoring record with 266 goals in 380 league, cup and European appearances. Tottenham's record league win is 9-0 against Bristol Rovers in the second division on October 22, 1977. The club's record cup victory came on February 3, 1960 with a 13-2 win over Crewe Alexandra in the FA Cup. Spurs' biggest top-flight victory came against Wigan Athletic on November 22, 2009, when they won 9-1 with Jermaine Defoe scoring 5 goals. The club's record defeat is an 8-0 loss to 1. FC Car Paragraph Ellen in the Intertoto Cup on July 22, 1995. The manager with the highest win percentage since 1899 is Andre Villas-Boas with 53.7%. Players, as of February 28, 2014. First team squad, note, flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Out on loan, note, flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Development squad. Transfers. Club management and support staff, club directors, managers and players, managers and head coaches in club's history. Listed according to when they became managers for Tottenham Hotspur. C. AA Euro caretaker, FTC, AA Euro first team coach. Club Hall of Fame. The following players are noted as greats for their contributions to the club. The most recent addition to the club's Hall of Fame is Steve Perryman on April 23, 2012. Club Player of the Year, as voted by members and season ticket holders. Affiliated clubs, Real Madrid Compare. SC Internacional, San Jose Earthquakes, South China AA, SuperSport United, Super League Formula. Tottenham Hotspur has a team in the Super League Formula Race Car Series where football teams provide sponsorship and lend their name to racing teams. The Tottenham Hotspur team was operated by GTA Motor Competition Cubden in the 2008 season, however since the 2009 season Alan Docking Racing has operated the team. Tottenham have been on the podium 15 times, including 3 wins, 1 at Zolder and 2 at Silverstone. In both the 2009 and 2010 seasons Tottenham Hotspur finished as runners-up overall. References. Further reading. External links. Official website, Tottenham Hotspur at the Premier League. Official website, Tottenham Hotspur FC. At UEFA, Tottenham Hotspur News. Euro Sky Sports, Tottenham Hotspur Ladies. Official Ladies Club website, Supporters Trust, Spurs Canada, Tottenham Hotspur Brazil, Tottenham Hotspur Switzerland, Spurs History 1882 Euro 1921, Times Online Archive, full list of honours, news sites, Tottenham Hotspur FC. On BBC Sport, Club News. Euro Recent results. Euro Upcoming fixtures. Euro Club Statistics, AIM, TTNM, Tottenham Hotspur Stats, British Paid Newsreels.